Hey guys, welcome back. This is my second video on my channel that I started. Um I have a good topic for today, so I decided to come on just to, give you guys, like I said again, my point of view on um just different views of life and different things that trigger us and different things that we go through on a daily basis. If you look at the title, you actually see that it says hurt people, right? That's something we always say. We all say it to each other. You know, we all usually say it when we're going through a hurt situation or we're going through an encounter in our lives where we feel like, somebody is purposely hurting us. We allow hurt people. But do we ever realize that we're individually that hurt person or we're individually hurting other people? So I wanted to bring that to our attention today, just so we can, find a better way to cope with us hurting each other and why we're hurting each other. And the video also states how it goes back to the root cause. Now, when I say root cause, a lot of people would think I guess wherever the root starts with you. For me, when I say root cause, I'm speaking more on our childhood. That's the root cause. That's the beginning of emotional buildup. That's the beginning of us understanding feelings, expressing feelings, seeing people around us express their feelings, and unfortunately, us gravitating towards those feelings that were expressed around us as a child, or things that we encountered as a child, whether it was trauma, whether it was abuse, sexual, mental, physical, lack of not having something, being picked on, being teased as children, being bullied, you know, all that plays a role in the person you are today. All that plays a role in you individually hurting other people, whether it's unintentionally or intentionally. And unfortunately, we all are unintentionally hurting one another because of things that we're holding on to from our childhood. And I'm a big I don't know why I just grabbed my eye. I'm a big candidate for understanding how me being hurt as a child and me going through certain trials and tribulations created the person that I was. Created the person that I thought I was. Um, Different triggers, me being bullied as a child, me growing up in lack, and me going through sexual abuse as a child within my own family, you know, and that made me fearful. It made me fearful. It made me angry. It made me want to protect me, harder than I ever could protect myself before, because that damage I felt like was me. That was what I was created to be, when the whole time I discovered now that that damage was to stop you from actually being who you are actually meant to be in this world. So again, when I say we're going back to the root cause of things, we're going back to the things that you're suppressing deep down inside of your mind, body, and soul. That one thing that you can't forget, or that one thing that you are trying to forget, that one thing you're drinking to forget, that one thing you're smoking to forget, that one thing you're fighting to forget, right? Again, you're gonna hear me say this a lot on my channel. Everybody got a story to tell, and it doesn't always have to be negative, no. But for the most part, if you're reacting negative, if your triggers are negative, if your expressions are negative, if how you communicate yourself is negative, 9 times out of 10, you have a story to tell about something you don't want to tell, or something that you're suppressing, that unfortunately you have to go back to pull up, to let go, to be a better you. So that's why I decided to have this talk today about going back into our root cause and going back into our childhood and letting go, letting go, letting go of that hurt, letting go of that pain, letting go of feeling like, you owe somebody damage. You owe somebody gonna feel this pain, right? Or in retrospect, not even if somebody's going to feel the pain, more so, nobody's never going to hurt me like that person hurt me again. Because that's the real guard we put up. That real guard we put up is that guard of overprotecting ourselves. And that overprotection, we have to release now. You have to release it now. And not for nobody but yourself. Again, everything is mental, right? Everything is mental. That suppression is mental. Those thoughts you're holding on to is mental. That person that hurt you, that you can't forget or you feel like you can't forgive, it's all mental. And until you go back in to release that from your mental, to bring in new thoughts to bring new thoughts into your mental, you're never gonna grow. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You're never gonna grow. You're never really gonna understand what love is, what real love is, until you go deep inside and let go and remove that hurt and remove that pain and let that child inside of you know that I got you. We good. Like, that they tried to do? No, that didn't break us, baby. That made us better. That made us who we are. And that made us push stronger on this journey to show that person that tried to break us, you ain't did nothing. You ain't did nothing. Right? Again, I don't really talk much about the things I've encountered as a child or the things that I went through as a child, because as of now, I accepted it and I let it go, because again, hurt people. And unfortunately, the person that was hurting me at that time was my own father, right? And at first I despised men. I despised men. Like I would be scared to be around them. I used to be mean to men. I used to be so mean, because one of my thoughts that always came to mind is that if I can't trust my own father, how can I trust any man? Right? If the man that brought me into this world that I thought that I knew was supposed to protect me, care for me, nourish me, love me unconditionally, I felt like I knew that wasn't love. I didn't feel like it. I knew that what I encountered with my own personal life, I knew that wasn't love. And I just knew that nobody else could love me. How he didn't love me. How can another man love me? But I love men. As much as I despise them, I love men. I thought about, the opposite sex, but it never made sense to me. To this day, for me, it doesn't make sense. I love men, right? So in order for me to fix my communication with men, in order for me to fix the damage I put on other men because of that man in my life that started my life off, I had to go back and forgive him first. And he's not here. My father passed away when I was younger, but I still had to go back and tap into that, because that was the reason I was drinking at a young age. That was the reason I was angry at a young age. That was the reason that I felt like I had to be a fighter at a young age, and I was always on attack mode when people would come at me, or I was always in an offense. I always had this defensive mode up. I'm gonna get you before you get me, or I'm gonna check you before you check me, or you know, we don't realize that it's our childhood that created that part of us. It's our childhood that allowed us to put that mask up. And it's our childhood that we have to go back and tap into, and to remove that mask and break these barriers and let these guards down to be and walk into our adult self. We are still children. We are still fighting the pain of being children. We as much as a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that, I'm going to acknowledge it for you, because I went through it. So I'm going to acknowledge it for you. And you might not want to acknowledge it today, but baby, if you on this channel, I'm going to let you know you got to go back and to acknowledge it. It's time to step in and accept accountability that you are not who you are because of who you want. You didn't decide to be this person you wanted to be today. You let society decide who you want to be today. You let your parents decide who you want to be today. You let certain traumas decide who you want to be today. And unfortunately, if you really want love, peace, understanding, guidance, and just nourishment within your mind, body, and soul, I'm letting you know you have to take a step back before you ever think you could take a step forward. And that's the truth. I'm gonna give you the truth. You understand what I'm saying? And it was not easy. Oh, Listen. It's nothing easy about it. No. But that's the best part of it all. That's the journey of it all, right? Have you ever thought about how many other circumstances or situations you got yourself into that wasn't easy, but you kept going, you kept trying, you kept forgiving, you kept living, you kept loving, right? Why can't you decide to take a step back for you, to love you, to be a better you? Why can't you pick that same energy and that same force and that same fight that you have for others back into you? You know why? Because you gave up on you. You gave up on you when you allowed that person to damage you. You gave up on you when you thought that person that left that damage on you was right about you. That's why. So what I'm telling you is, again, in order to take a step forward into this mental health healing journey of love, of peace, of respect, you have to go back into all those traumas you're suppressing, all those things you don't want to live again, all those things you don't want to think about again. The reason that you're drinking every night, it's trauma. It's trauma. The reason that you smoking every day, every night, every morning, it's trauma. It's trauma. And don't get me wrong, it's not to say you might don't like that little bit of honey. It might to say that you don't like that little bit of bud or whatever you decide to intake, even down to the cigarettes. Something's making you nervous. Something's giving you anxiety. Something's giving you fear. Something is making you not want to remember, right? And you chose something for that. You chose something for that because you chose not to tap back in or go back in to heal that. You have to be a healer. You have to heal you, right? And I'm talking to them same people that are willing to heal, help, and love everybody else. But you never took that step back to say, hey, what about me loving myself, right? How you seeking for somebody else to love you, but you don't even love yourself? Hmm? How you expect somebody to know you when you didn't take time to know yourself? You didn't take time to forgive yourself. You didn't take time to understand yourself, overstand yourself, tap back into yourself. You haven't even took time to let go, right? But you want somebody else to let go. You want somebody else to forgive and forget. You want somebody else to let bygones be bygones. But when did you let bygones be bygones? When did you take the journey deep down back into your mind, body, and soul and say, you know what? Enough is enough, right? Enough is enough. Let me go ahead and find out, why am I triggered? Why am I angry? Why do I yell so much? Why do I scream so much? Why don't I listen to understand instead of listening to react? All those have a root cause. It's a reason you are angry. And no, I'm going to let you know something. It's not the way of the world. No, that's not who you are. And if that is who you are, then I'm sorry. If that is who you are, which me personally, I don't believe nobody's that way. I'm sorry, I don't. I know that we all came here with love. Hate was taught to us. I know that we all came here fearless. Fear was brought to us, right? So what I'm telling you is, if you want change, start from the root. Start from the beginning. Start from the source. You are the source. Okay? Write down your triggers and why. Write down why when somebody expresses their feelings to you, you get over emotional or you snap. Ask yourself, where did that come from? Who did I learn that from? Where did I get that from? Right? Right? Ask yourself that. And I promise you, you'll start to remember. How I started, I'm going to give y'all how I started and what took me back. First, I read this book, right? I read this book called The Complete Conversation with God. Now, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's a little blur. I need to get a light. That's on the way, y'all. Don't worry about that. But it's called The Complete Conversation with God, An Uncommon Dialogue by Neil Donald Walsh. Now, this book, it has all three books in one. Now, he do have them separate. I needed the big bang, okay? All three books in one. Again, by Neil Donald Walsh, excuse me. And he is a great self-healer. Like his books, I have a few of his books, but that book right there really got me on a journey. And now I know you heard the word God, and I'm not religious. Yes, I grew up in a Christian household. Yes, I went to church Monday to Sunday, Sunday to Monday. But me here right now, I do not follow religion. My religion is love. My religion is peace. My religion is acceptance and accountability. If my if my religion is not uplifting, listen, my religion is just what I said is love. It's just love. That's it, right? And like I said, some people might be like, "Oh God, what are you talking about?" No, listen, the complete conversation with God. I'm gonna give y'all just one clue: the complete conversation with self. Okay, the complete conversation with you. The conversation you could sit by yourself and ask yourself these questions and write down what's coming to mind, and then those questions, those answers. I'm sorry, write down the answers that are coming to mind, and those answers will be the complete conversation you're having with the God within you. Okay, so that book is it started me on my journey, and I never turned back. I ain't never turned back. And another thing I did after reading that book is I took out a book. I bought some books, just go out, write and journal. I'm a journaler. I like journaling. And I started writing down all those that came to mind that I had to forgive, whether they knew it or not, which a lot of them knew they hurt me. A lot of hurt people, especially in my family, it started there. But friends too, friends, family, people I encountered along the way and on my journey. Everybody I had to forgive, I wrote it down. I wrote down their names and I wrote down why I forgive them, what I had to forgive, why I forgave them, and what I had to forgive them for. That's what I wrote down, right? And it was about, well, the pages wasn't long. I didn't have a lot of people to forgive. I didn't have a lot of people that I felt that needed forgiveness, but it was a lot of people that I had to write down because they were part of my suppression. They were part of my anger. They were part of what made me who I am and made me and put me on a defense mode, right? So anybody that puts you on in defense, forgive them because forgive them because they don't know what they do. And a lot of people are hurting people unintentionally because, again, we've all been damaged as children and we haven't learned how to forget that, how to release that, how to understand that that's not where we're at now. That's where we were. And that was sent to break us. But we better. We all better. You see you today? You hear you today? You see you still walking, moving, talking? You're better. And if you're not better, we about to get you better. If you willing. Because first you have to be willing. First you have to use that thing we call a free will. So you have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to walk into a new life, a new path, and a new journey. And I'm willing to take you on that path, but I can't force you now. I can lay the seed, but when you're ready, I promise you're going to know. Because again, you're going to be tired of repeating cycles, repeating circles, repeating situations, having the same problems. You're going to be tired because I was tired, right? Same outcome. Wondering why I'm meeting the same men. Wondering why I'm having the same encounter with the same females. Or why everybody, it seems like, are against me. When in reality, it was me against myself, right? So, guys, I hope this video helped somebody or spark something in somebody. If you have any questions, I did leave my email address. And I do have the comment section open, so I'll even answer some questions there if anybody need any more guidance of how to tap back into their old self, because that's your old self, so we can work you into your new self. Because every day we getting better. Every day we changing. Every 21 days you can create a new habit. Every, our particles in our mind, body, and soul is recreating itself every day. So why can't you recreate yourself? Right? Who told you got to be who you are today? Who told you that you have to suffer and pain and fear and trauma and hurt and misery? Whoever told you that wanted to see you there and keep you there. I'm going to let you know that now. I ain't keeping nobody there. I ain't going to keep you there. I'm going to move you up and out. So again, this is my second video, and I hope somebody gets something out of it, even if it's just a thought of change of why I am the way I am and how I can be better. So I want you to ask yourself, how can I communicate better with those around me? How can I listen more? How can I be what I'm begging this world to show me and give me and bring into my life? Because again, you cannot match You cannot match. Well, I don't want to say that, but you can't call in for peace when you're at war. I'll say that. And we all are at war with ourselves. Stop looking outside of yourself at all everything occurring around you and everything happening around. What about what's happening within you? What about what's happening inside of you? That's the real war. You hear me? Let me take you into this war so you can come out better, stronger, more brilliant, more knowledgeable, more understanding, more overstanding, and more loving. Again, for self first. Because again, if you love yourself, I promise you, you're going to attract other people that love and honor and cater to themselves. And that's what I want for you, because that's what I want for me. And that's what I've been seeking for me. And that's my journey. And I'm not giving up on it. I'm not. And unfortunately, I'm going to let y'all know before I go, one thing about this journey is as you start to love yourself, as you start to heal yourself, and as you start to forgive yourself, you're going to start letting go of people. You are. Because those people you only resonated with when you were hurt within yourself. And when you start to heal, unfortunately, those band-aids start to fall off. And some of those people around you are band-aids. Okay? And I want you to know that this journey, it's going to get solo for you to heal. You got to go solo to heal, but when you come out of it, you won't be alone. You won't be alone. First of all, you got me. You ain't going to be alone, all right? And we're going to have a good damn time. And we're going to have a good damn time in love and peace and understanding and pushing that towards people around us, especially to our children. So, guys, I hope this video, you enjoyed it. Please put a thumbs up, like it, share. Subscribe, share, comment. And like I said, welcome to my world where your inner mind creates inner love. And I want to change your inner mind. I want to change your thought process. I want to change what you think about. And I want to change what you bring about right here, right now. I love you guys. I love you guys. You and I are the same, right? What makes us different is what makes us the same. So we are one. I want to build on that. I want you to build on your oneness so you can find everything you're hoping for, everything you're dreaming for, everything you wish can come true. But you got to first believe in you. And to believe in you, you have to tap back inside of you. Trust me. It's scary, but you watch scary movies every day. So you're going to be all right. We're going to be all right? See y'all later. Again, I love y'all. Share, subscribe, tap in. Tap all the way in. Peace.